How can people shift the perspective as money is this bad thing? What's the quickest way for them to, if they've been conditioned with a belief for decades?
People feel in this, like intuitively somehow, that if they're making money, they're actually taking it away from someone else.
Wow.
Like if I'm getting wealthy, I'm hurting someone else. Or if I'm getting wealthy, oh my God, there's so many people starving in different third world countries. And it's, the fact of the matter is there's always the same amount of money in the world. Money is either flowing away from you or money's flowing towards you. And I just want to position myself in a place where money's flowing towards me, and then I have the ability to give it away. Because if you really think about this, when you make money, what do? You end up hiring someone to do your lawn because you're making money. You can do that. You send out your dry cleaning. You go out to dinner. You buy a bigger house. You buy more furniture. When you make money, you actually flourish the economy in your home, and then you flourish the economy around you. We have a dysfunctional relationship with money. And I think if you have any hesitation around money, it's time to fix that relationship.
Wow.
And then, I've had people write down 5 things they would do when they made more money and 5 problems that more money would solve. And most of the time people write, I'd make sure my mom was okay. I would take care of my health. And none of them on the list is buy the Lambo, the new watch, and be, selfish. I look at when you first get on a plane, you know how they say if the oxygen mask drop, put yours on first and then help if you have a child with you, right? I look at that with money is when I put my oxygen mask on, when I'm secure, if you're listening right now, if you get confidence, if you have control of your life, if you have financial security, as soon as you feel stable, what happens every single time is you start putting oxygen masks on. When I was 26, I retired my mom. When I was 33, I retired my dad. Both of them worked their butts off to make nothing. I put oxygen masks on my mom and my dad. I helped my nephews go to college. I paid off debt for people that I cared about that it was crippling them with stress. I was able to help my stepdad when he needed surgery and they needed $40,000 immediately. So I just realized if I get secure and I obsess on making it, I don't have to hold it and hoard it and be this bad human. I could be a human that solves problems, puts oxygen masks on other people. It's okay to be in pain over something. Just don't ignore it. The biggest plight we all do to ourselves, I think the biggest negativity we do to ourselves is we avoid the things that bother us. What I believe is let that pain sink in. If you get moving to start your own business, to scale the company you have, to finally quit the job that's draining you, if it's because of pain, use it. Like so many times we'll get into personal growth and we start thinking compelling future. I gotta look ahead. I gotta stay positive. I gotta be the man. I gotta be this woman that keeps it in control. And everything's good. I'm blessed. I'm happy. I'm alive. Like sometimes that's just bullshit. Sometimes life sucks. And what I realized, what moved me as a kid had nothing to do with a compelling future. It had nothing to do with aspirational quotes. It had nothing to do with meditation. It had to do with I hated where the freak my life was. I hated watching my mom, and I was fixing that shit. And it bugged me every day. So many people watching or listening right now think of themselves as an underdog, right? I didn't have family who supported me, don't have money, grew up in the wrong place, I live in the wrong country, wrong time, wrong president, wrong this, wrong that, right? And I'd love for you to think about that today and how you could turn being an underdog into an advantage. Whatever you focus on, whatever gets your attention, gets results. If you're listening right now and you're in great shape, it means your body is getting attention. You're eating the right food, you're working out. So the one thing that I've seen is, if you think of all the habits someone can have, is someone who's successful in every way is they really know what's important and they say no to all the things that complicate that. So most times people that are living with suffering or stress or worry, most of their life is focused on what they don't want. And they don't have enough of knowing in crystal clear clarity where it is they want to go. So you ask me one thing in common, the most successful people I know, if you got them in an elevator and say, hey man, what's the next year of your life look like? Bam, bam, you know this from all your interviews. Oh, we're doing this, we're starting this new company, we're doing this. You ask somebody who's struggling or not happy, they'll tell you what they don't want. Even if you ask them, if you really know where you want, you point your ship in that direction. And successful people start saying no to all the things that don't serve them going in that direction. And literally, when you do that in all areas of life, where do I want to go with my health? Okay, anything that doesn't serve that, I'm not doing it. Where do I want to go with my income? Okay, I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to point my ship in that direction. If it doesn't match, I'm throwing it away. Where do I want with my intimacy and my passion? Like, figure out, read the books, gain the capabilities.
Yeah.
So that's one. Number two is focus on the things that work in your life and be the observer of the things that work. You come home in your relationship and you say something and your wife or your husband lights up. Like, acknowledge that and do more of it. Like, this is going to be the simplest answer you've ever heard. And then on the opposite side, acknowledge what doesn't work in your life and do less of it or change it. If having 3 drinks at night makes me not get up in the morning to go to the gym and the gym makes me feel good, I'll have FOMO of not going to the gym. I'm going to do less of that 3-hour drinking rather than quitting the gym so I can get there, because that makes it so I'm doing less of what hurts me, more of what works. That's the same process of thinking living life the hard way is easy and living life the easy way is hard.
Okay, I love it. Yeah. That's point number 2.
And the third one's real easy. It's self-education. I never stop learning. Every single successful person I know is a part of groups, a part of masterminds, a part of self-education, learning from other people.
Yeah.
Just model people who are doing what you want to do at the highest level possible. Right. I look at what we've learned, like a skill, an expertise, a hobby, whatever it is. If it's like a hard drive that builds up value, if you wouldn't throw that hard drive away after 20 years or 10 years or 5 years of accumulating knowledge, you like throw away a multi-million-dollar hard drive. I think people should feel that way about their thoughts, their skills, their expertise. Like, if you have a knowledge, if it took you a year or 2 or 3 to figure something out, you should be obligated to extract it. But here's the cool part. There's a process to extract it.
Yeah.
Share it with people and get paid. Most people's best thinking got them where they are. Replace envy, anger, all those emotions with compassion. And I believe now in my life that things have gone so well because I found a way to replace all emotions with compassion. Compassion and love win. There's no greater feeling.
Yeah.
And you feel connected, and like all we ever want is connection. I would say fight for what you want as if you were dying, because we are. So fight for what you want. Decide today and just freaking do it. It doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight. You know, that I think it was Bill Gates, or Tony says all the time, I think it was Bill Gates who said we all overestimate what we can do in a year and underestimate what we can do in 5. It's still going to be 5 years from now in 5 years. So in 5 years, you could either say, I didn't fight for it, or damn it, I went for it. And you were at least like Theodore Roosevelt's quote, you were the man in the arena. You weren't the guy in the sidelines wearing someone else's jersey, right? You wore your own name on the back of your jersey. You weren't just in the sidelines critiquing and yelling because the guy missed the ball. Right. You were getting bloody and marred in the arena. So fight for what you want. And the last thing I'd say is, and I probably said this last time because it's so important to me, is your thoughts lie to you. Observe them and question your thoughts, because your thoughts will tell you should stay in a relationship. Your thoughts will tell you that you were meant for mediocrity. Your thoughts will tell you that life's good enough. Your inner villain, that I like to call it, or your self-doubt, will lie to you nonstop. Prove that it's a lie. Find a better story. Find a better solution.